Long, long ago, in a breathtaking vast valley surrounded by towering, rustling ferns, lush fig trees, and lazily flowing streams of crystal-clear water, lived a young tyrannosaurus named Taro. He was still small for a T-Rex. His head barely reached the lower branches of the trees, and his short little arms sometimes got tangled under his feet. But Taro had the sweetest smile in the whole valley, one that could brighten even the gloomiest of days. His golden scales shimmered in the sunlight like tiny coins, and his big round eyes, sparkling like two amber gems, gazed at the world with childish curiosity and a hint of shyness. Taro was a bit clumsy. He often tripped over his own tail or knocked over rocks while chasing butterflies. But every dinosaur in the valley adored him. He had a heart as big and soft as the fluffy moss growing by the stream, and his eagerness to help and joyful laugh made everyone feel happy around him. One sunny day, as the sun cast golden streaks across the lush grass and a gentle breeze rustled the fern leaves, a Triceratops named Tara strolled along the stream's edge. She was a little older than Taro and had a nurturing nature, always making sure the younger dinosaurs didn't get into trouble. Suddenly, she stopped, her horns glinting in the sunlight, as an idea struck her. "You know what?" she whispered to her best friends, a Stegosaurus named Sam, whose large plates swayed with every step, and a Velociraptor named Vicky, small but swift as the wind. "Tomorrow is Taro's birthday. He's so sweet and never asks for anything for himself. Let's throw him a surprise party." Sam wagged his tail with excitement, making the leaves on a nearby bush tremble. "Great idea! Taro deserves something really special," he said, his deep voice echoing across the clearing. Vicky squeaked with delight, bouncing on her slender legs. "I'll run around and get everything ready in a flash. It'll be the best party in the valley." The dinosaurs gathered in the shade of a massive, sprawling fig tree, its branches bending under the weight of ripe fruit. Sunlight dappled the ground in soft patches, and the air carried the sweet scent of figs and damp grass. Tara, with her knack for organizing, assigned tasks. "Sam, gather the sweetest fruits and softest leaves you can find. Taro loves gentle flavors. Vicky, you're the fastest, so decorate the clearing by the stream with flowers, shells, and anything to make it colorful. And I'll make a fruitcake, mixing raspberries, figs, and mangoes because Taro goes crazy for raspberries." Sam nodded, his plates gleaming in the sun. Vicky was already fidgeting, eager to dart off. They all grinned at each other, thrilled at the thought of Taro's joyful expression, and then scattered, giggling quietly under their breath. Meanwhile, Taro roamed the valley, enjoying the day. He chased rainbow-winged butterflies flitting through the tall grasses, pausing now and then to sniff the huge pink flowers growing along the path. Sometimes he stumbled over rocks or snagged his tail on bushes, but he just giggled his quiet, melodic laugh and carried on. That day, he noticed his friends acting oddly. Vicky kept vanishing behind dense ferns, leaving only a rustle of leaves in her wake. Tara was muttering to herself, pacing nervously near the stream, and Sam looked like he was hiding something behind his massive plates. Maybe an extra-large fruit? "What are you guys up to?" Taro asked, tilting his head so much that his tiny arms wobbled beneath him. "Oh, nothing big," Tara replied, flashing a warm smile and waving her horns to distract him. "We're just practicing jumping. We want to be as bouncy as you," Taro chuckled, since his jumps usually ended in a tumble. "Cool, I'll try too," he called, then scampered off, hopping clumsily and humming a tune about clouds drifting across the sky. As night fell, the valley draped itself in the silvery glow of the moon, and stars twinkled above the treetops. The dinosaurs worked in secret, moving quietly so as not to wake the sleeping birds or curious Taro. Sam wandered among the trees, collecting baskets full of raspberries with their intense, sweet aroma, ripe figs that melted in the mouth, and tender fern leaves as soft as down. He inspected each fruit carefully, ensuring it was perfect for the little T-Rex. Vicky darted around the clearing by the stream, where the water murmured gently against the stones. She strung up garlands of bright flowers, yellow, red, and purple, and laid out a path of shimmering shells she'd gathered from the stream's edge over the past week. Tara, meanwhile, prepared the cake in hiding behind a large boulder. She carefully mashed raspberries until their juice dripped down her paws, blended them with fig pulp and chunks of juicy mango, creating a delicious, colorful pile. She topped it with a few small leaves shaped like stars. She almost took a bite herself. "Taro's gonna love this," she whispered proudly, licking the juice off her nose and admiring her creation in the moonlight. Morning arrived with sun rays dancing on the dew-kissed grass, filling the air with the cheerful songs of birds and the soft rustle of the breeze. The dinosaurs hid behind thick bushes in the clearing, holding their breath with excitement. Soon they heard a faint tap, 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 and the rustle of grass. It was Taro, strolling along, humming his favorite song about clouds and puddles. He stopped suddenly, his little nose twitching as he sniffed the air. "Something smells like raspberries," he said, glancing around with curiosity, his golden scales glinting in the sunlight. And then, "Surprise!" the dinosaurs shouted, leaping out from their hiding spots with joyful laughter. Taro squeaked in shock and plopped onto the grass, his tail wagging so fast it knocked over a few flowers from Vicky's garlands. Before him stretched the clearing, adorned with colorful flowers, shells, and vines dangling from branches like natural ribbons. In the center stood the fruitcake, layers of raspberries, figs, and mango piled into a sweet mound. Next to heaps of treats that smelled so good, his mouth watered instantly. "This is for you, Taro," Tara called, stepping closer. "For your birthday!" Taro blinked his big eyes, which shone like two tiny suns, then squealed with delight. "For me? Really?" His little voice trembled with emotion, and his tail bounced to the rhythm of his racing heart. "You're all so nice," he said, scampering over to his friends and trying to hug them, though his short arms barely reached around their necks. Tara laughed and gently patted his head, while Vicky hopped up, handing him a flower from the garland. The party lasted all day and was simply wonderful. Taro munched on the cake, smacking his lips in delight at the raspberry fig flavor, with juice dribbling down his chin and leaving funny red splotches. Tara sat beside him, making sure he had enough leaves to nibble on between bites, and told him how tricky it had been to keep the preparations a secret. Sam plopped down heavily on the grass, his plates casting a shadow over the clearing, and began recounting tales of how he once got lost in a fern thicket searching for the perfect fruit. Vicky, unable to sit still, organized a hopping contest. Taro didn't win, as his jumps ended in cheerful tumbles, but he still got a flower crown for having the sweetest smile. The sun sank slowly, painting the sky in shades of pink, orange, and purple, while the stream glittered like a silver ribbon in the fading light. The dinosaurs settled together on the soft grass, watching the stars begin to sparkle on the deep blue sky. "These were my bestest birthday ever," Taro said, yawning wide and resting his head on Tara's warm paw. His eyes drooped sleepily, and his voice sounded soft and drowsy. "Thank you, everyone. We're the ones who should thank you, Taro," Sam whispered, lying down beside him, his plates rustling faintly against the grass. "You're the sweetest T-Rex in the world," Tara added, smiling warmly. Beneath the starry sky, in a valley filled with warmth, friendship, and the gentle murmur of the stream, they all fell asleep peacefully. The breeze swayed the ferns, and the stars winked above like fireflies. And Taro? He dreamed of raspberries, figs, mangoes, and his wonderful friends who made this day magical. Good night.